Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train. So Stallman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. Was the winter of '65. We were hungry, just barely alive. But May the 10th when Richmond fell, it's a time I remember oh so well. The night they drove old Dixie town, the bells were ringing the night they drove old Dixie town. The people were singing, they went na 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 na. Back with my wife in Tennessee, when one day she calls to me, Virgil, quick, come see, there goes Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if my money no good. You take what you need and you leave the rest, but they should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie town, the bells were ringing the night they drove old Dixie town. The people were singing, they went na 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 na. Like my father before me, I will work the land. Like my brother before me, who took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee laid him in his grave. I swear by the blood below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie town, the bells were ringing the night they drove old Dixie town. The people were singing, they went na 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 na. The night they drove old Dixie town, the bells were ringing the night they drove old Dixie town. The people were singing, they went na 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 na.
"47 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives here, that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth.